Good evening to one and to all, to our village, so quaint and so small. Things here just haven't been right. It seems we're the victim of blight. Our wonderful village church choir, which of hearing I never shall tire, is no longer a cohesive team. Thanks to one who is not what he seems. It may all look serious to you. You may think there's nothing to do. That's where you're wrong, so I say. Which you'll see now from our little play. So sit back, relax and enjoy. Some will amuse you and others annoy. But we're all part of this village tale. So bear with, don't be tempted to bail. I'll come back when all's said and done at the setting of the evening sun. We could meet in the bar for a drink. You'll be paying for me, I should think.
Well, this is a lovely village. Thank you for posting me here. The people are amazing and they have so much talent. And they're good people. I really believe that, or with the one obvious exception that you've sent me here to deal with. Anyway, I've implemented the first part of your plan. I'm on the parish council, and 3 weeks ago they agreed to try out my idea, well, your idea really, of getting everyone in the village to do a video diary for a month. Oh, I can only hope the plan works. And it makes them look back at what's been happening recently and realise that unless they take some action, their community will be damaged beyond repair. Now, I hope you don't think I'm overstepping the mark, but I think a little extra help may be needed. So, I've got a plan B up my sleeve. Now, obviously, you know what you're doing, but I'm here in the field, and the damage done by that swine is extensive. So I think a little extra nudge may be needed. So I'm holding this back, and I'll only issue it if your plan doesn't seem to be working. Well, I'm going to sign off now and run myself a bubble bath. Oh my goodness, I probably shouldn't have told you that. Too much information, sorry. And you probably wouldn't approve of the fact that I've had 3 cups of tea and 2 slices of angel cake either. But, you know, while I'm here, I really need to embrace the aspects of life that I find enjoyable, don't I? Well, in order to properly identify with the people I'm trying to help. Now, don't you worry. You can rely on me. I'll make sure that the damage done is reversed. You can count on me to do what's best. Now, what is it they say? Oh, yes. Over and out.
Are we on? Yes. Right, just got time to do this before my next client calls. Sometimes the excitement of leading a double life is a bit too much for me. Well, I've been feeling a bit blue actually. I don't have many good friends or much of a social life at the best of times. But now without choir, life seems very dreary. I do miss rehearsals. And going to the pub afterwards and Bill saying the first round of the drinks is on him. Oh, he's a real sweetie. I still don't really understand what happened. 3 weeks ago, Hugo, our conductor, disbanded the choir because he found out that someone had said something rude about him, but nobody knows what it was. It's as if over the last few weeks, a kind of negative energy has taken over everybody at choir. We're all saying things that we didn't mean, I'm sure. And it all seemed to happen insidiously, behind everyone's backs. I mean, I only found out what was said about me from that new tenor, Andrus. He told me that Susan, I should say Susan, had said that I had a measly little high-pitched voice that didn't belong in a choir. It was quite shocking, actually. We'd always been good friends, I thought. Well, I can't talk to her about it now because we're not having rehearsals. And I was too shocked to say anything at the time, so I guess I'll never get to the bottom of it. Oh. It's funny. Saying this out loud just makes it all sound so unreal. Susan gave this to me, actually. She said I should have a little dram whenever I was feeling humdrum. Oh, Susan. Well, why not? I will. I'll do it. Hairs on my chest. It's actually quite nice once you get used to it. Oh, blast, he's calling early. Oh, honestly. Oh, well, okay. Good evening. This is Madame Avenir, reader of past, present, and future. Can I help you? Shall we see what the cards say? Celtic spread or horseshoe cross? Of course. Let us see. Excuse me one moment. Right, video diary. Well, it's been about 3 weeks since the choir was completely disbanded. I think I should go mad if I don't sing something soon. I mean, I think the conductor had a right nerve, just pulling the rug from under us, just like that. There has been a lot of infighting recently, Everyone acting a little bit defensive, a little bit irritable. Pepper, pepper, pepper. But now that we have been disbanded, I sort of feel we're all rather on the naughty step, and no one knows quite what has happened or why. One thing I do know, and that is that Belinda has crossed the line. I mean, how dare she speak to Andras that way about me? Saying that I elongate my diphthongs. How dare she say that I completely ruined the Ave Verum? I mean, nonsense. Just because she doesn't appreciate good diction. Susie and Sexton here, how can I help? No, I'm so sorry. No, I'm so sorry, I can't speak right now. No, thank you for calling. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Right, where was I? Salt. Just a pinch. Lovely. Right. Ah, yes. Belinda. How dare she speak to Andras like that? It was not her place to do so. She's such a timid little thing. It's quite surprising that she would be quite so outspoken. Well, perhaps my attempts over the past few years to bring her out of her shell are finally paying off. Oh, the irony! At long last, she gets up the courage to speak her mind, and the very person she badmouths is the one who's encouraged her to do just that. Well, if we were still rehearsing, I'd pick it up directly with her. Ask her to explain herself. But we're not. So I can't.
That's on. Yes, yeah. This ridiculous video diary idea is driving me mad. I mean, why should we relive all the awful things that have been happening in this village recently and record it for posterity? Honestly, it's pointless. I mean, we'll all be saying the same sort of thing, which is that our beloved choir, the best reason for living in this village as far as I'm concerned, is no more. Our conductor, Hugo, had a hissy fit about 3 weeks ago during rehearsal when he discovered that someone had been saying awful things about him. And he disbanded us indefinitely. The thing is that he's not actually the only one to have been maligned. Apparently, Bill told a new tenor in our choir, Andras, that I was a cold-hearted, dusty Miss Havisham who doesn't know how to have fun. I mean, that is not nice. Oh, Bill, I've always rather liked you, actually. I might have teased you mercilessly when we were at school together. But that was decades ago. And then I did laugh when you asked me out recently. It was only because I was nervous. Well, why couldn't I have just said yes? But no, I had to laugh. And you probably think I was laughing at you. And you'll probably never speak to me again. But you shouldn't have said those nasty things about me. I'm really cross. It does seem rather odd that we all feel hurt or insulted in some way when we used to get on so well. I really miss our drinks in the pub after rehearsals. Although I was usually on the water, because Bill doesn't serve champagne in his inn on the corner. Funny that. Bill owning a pub and me wanting to drink the only thing he doesn't stock. Oh, why couldn't I just be normal and have a Campari and soda or something like that? Oh, this is getting very stressful. I just might have to crack open that box of cigarettes I keep for emergencies. You know, I haven't smoked for 30 years. But I've come perilously close recently to breaking that embargo. Enough now of this silly video diary. I'm going to have another sip of champagne. Cheers.
It's so quiet in the pub tonight, I thought I'd sneak out and do this video diary thing. I'm not really sure why we're doing it. Still, I better report on what's been happening. Well, the choir is finished, apparently. Hugo had quite a temper tantrum at rehearsals a few weeks ago and said that was that. Put down his battle. Job done. End of story. Apparently someone had said something rude about him. Honestly, Hugo, get a grip. We've all had rude things said about us. Why, it wasn't that long ago that Andras told me Jemima described my voice as more of a booming monotone than a moving baritone. Huh. She said she found it excruciating to hear how my voice ruined the ensemble of the choir. I was cut to the quick, I can tell you. Of course, I wouldn't give her the satisfaction of taking it up directly with her. Silly woman. And after she laughed at me when I asked her out the week before. Highly embarrassing that was. Damn shame too. She's a very classy woman, that Jemima. I do miss rehearsals, and I miss the business of the choir coming to my pub afterwards for a drink and a chat. Still, life goes on. Perhaps it's time I started that dancing club in the back of the pub. remember when I had that online tarot card reading? Madame Avenir told me that my life partner would be a dancer and that it wouldn't be long before we got together. Ha! Good thing I'm a patient man, eh? Oh well, I better get on with these books.
This is my music, my video diary. This is fun. Oh, it's like being a star of my own show. But I do wish the choir was still rehearsing. It seems so unfair to disband it in the way Hugo did. Although I have to admit, rehearsals have been pretty tense recently, with everyone saying something nasty about somebody else. And that new tenor, Andras, told me that Francis had taken him aside and said nasty comments about me, saying that I was the worst musician in the choir, and that I deserved to be consigned to the musical theatre hell I seemed so fond of. And that's just rude. That's rude. And that organist is too big for his boots, if you ask me. I mean, just because he went to Oxford and studied music, it doesn't mean to say he knows everything about it, does it? I do miss the choir, though. I don't like to sing on my own. Hugo said the choir was disbanded forever. Tell me it's not true. I can't believe we'll never rehearse again. Yummy.
Here we go again. Well, at least that hymn's a proper hymn. It's not the sort of music that the choir does, but it's the sort of music the choir should be doing. Not any of this modern rubbish. Mind you, it's all moot now, since there is no choir anymore. I wonder who it was that upset Hugo so. Rehearsals have been a complete mess recently. He never's had enough discipline with the choir members. Everybody was bad-tempered. Nobody was singing through or supporting their lines properly. Of course, it's probably only me who notices such detail. There are some things best supplied by an Oxford education, after all. When I think how much I'm responsible for what little musicality the choir has, it grieves me deeply to think about what Cecily said to Andras about me. She thinks I'm altogether the wrong accompanist for a modern choir, and apparently she's looking to get me replaced by someone she knows who's more into the musical theatre repertoire that she wants to sing. Quite frankly, I am astonished. But obviously it would be beneath me to have addressed Cicely directly about this. Musical theatre. Honestly, for someone named after an Oscar Wilde character, she shows appalling taste in music. That's enough of this video diary nonsense for one day.
Well, this is my video diary today. I'm quite enjoying it, actually. It takes more the form of a prayer, really. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm saying all this to God. But it's like talking to God, really, in a more modern form. Sort of chatting. But am I glad that I have God to turn to? Things haven't been right recently in the village. This village where I've spent all my life. And the choir was the life and soul, the beating heart of the village, singing every week in the church, glorifying God. It's all gone. It's finished. The choir has been disbanded. I'm not surprised. There's been a lot of trouble recently. Almost every member of the choir has been saying something nasty about somebody else in the choir. And my friend Hetty apparently told the newest member of the choir, oh no, what's his name? Andrew. Andras. Anyway, Hetty told Andras that I was too puritanical and religious for my own good, and that I was driving everybody mad by making a sign of the cross every time anybody said God. It's not true. And I thought she was a really good friend of mine. That Andras, very strange. He moved in next door to me, not long ago, and despite my being a good Christian neighbour, he won't give me the time of day. And it seems strange that Hetty should confide in him when he is such a newcomer, and we hardly know anything about him. When I come to think about it, it's all a bit fishy. Anyway, things came to fever pitch. Must be 3 weeks ago. The conductor heard that somebody had made a personal insult against him. Ooh. He lost his temper at choir practice. He was shouting so loudly I thought he was going to burst a gasket. And the things that came out of his mouth, I was appalled. And in the house of the Lord, may God forgive him. Anyway, he decided there and then that he would disband the choir until further notice. And now nobody gets to chat in the village anymore. Everyone keeps themselves to themselves. So this video diary very necessary to me, because I don't get to chat to many people anymore. Heavens, is that the time? Ha! Made in Chelsea's about to start.
Hetty Flint video diary. Oh dear, I can't really remember what I was going to record. I'm really missing the choir. It's been 3 weeks now since our conductor blew his top and disbanded us all indefinitely. Can't say I blame him. There's been so much infighting and name-calling. You'd never think we'd been such good friends until recently. I'm a bit lonely, to be honest. I'm missing my friends. I never see them now. We all used to go for a drink after rehearsals. But of course, we don't do that now. So I'm reduced to drinking at home on my own. It's weird how it started. 1 minute, we were all this friendly, sociable group who enjoyed singing together. And the next minute there was all this bitchiness with people saying things that were really horrible and scandalous. When I think how my friend Sally used to support me through my 3rd divorce, it seems incredible how she went to Andras, the new tenor, and told him that she thought I was an alcoholic and that my drinking was affecting the choir's performances. I mean, why tell him? He doesn't know anyone. He's only been in the village a few months. Oh dear. I like a drink, but I am not out of control. I never ever have more than 1 bottle to myself. But it got me thinking. Supposing the rest of the choir think I've got a drinking problem. But then I thought, I suppose I could use this experience in my writing. Perhaps I could use it to write my first novel. Yes. Oh. Oh. Yes. Oh, heavens! I've left the blasted camera on. Oh.
Hello, Video Diary. Well, it's been another sensational day in the life of this socially deprived teenager. I really don't know how I can keep my cool much longer. I feel like I'm about to burst. I'm either going to have to leave home or have a massive showdown with my mum. And not in a good way. If she doesn't think that I stand a chance of getting that choral scholarship, then why doesn't she just tell me, instead of talking to Andrews behind my back? if my sight singing really isn't up to it, and my delivery really is clumsy, then why am I working so hard for that audition? I mean, I'm only really applying for the Oxford Scholarship because I know that it'll make her proud. I'd rather be singing some proper music, something with some humour, and a real rhythm, something like these. Yes, video diary. One day, I'd like to be making my way as a cabaret singer / songwriter. I thought going to Oxford could have been the start of all that. Now I'm not sure if I even want to go. Never mind whether I'll get in. I'm quite surprised that Andrew's telling me what he did. Not very nice of him, really. I thought he was a friend. Now I'm wondering what he might have told my mum behind my back. She's definitely been weird with me for a while now. I miss the way we chill out at the piano together. Saw a different side of her then. More light-hearted and fun-loving. Most of the time she's so straight-laced. Come to think of it, all this trouble with the choir only seemed to start when Andrews joined us a few months ago. And everyone in the choir seems to have been upset by someone else in the choir, except for him. When Hugo disbanded us, I couldn't believe it. And poor guy. It must have been tough trying to keep us all singing when we were constantly at each other's throats. Well, I guess I just have to put all this frustration into my art then, won't I? What was it that Sondheim said? The more restrictions you have, the easier anything is to write.
So, video diary, 7 p.m., Thursday, 23rd July. Things are still strange between Julian and me. Ever since the choir has disbanded, we don't really talk anymore the way we used to. I miss him. We used to be so close. When Andras told me that Julian had said he was not interested in the Oxford Scholarship, I could not believe it. Why is Julian talking to Andras about his life? He has only known him 3 months. He is a peculiar man. I don't know where he comes from, and something is strange about the way he talks. I can't quite put my finger on it. He's not like anyone I've ever met. Everything in life is so fragile. In one moment, Hugo have a flare of a temper. He disband the choir and poof! No more singing in my life. Summer holidays, so no pupils, only Julian. And I don't really even know if he wants to sing in the choir anymore. Maybe he is more like me than I thought. I wonder what he would think if he could see these photos. If he knew about this part of my life. Singing in a cabaret in Berlin, Stockholm. That was a lifetime ago. But I must find a way to talk to Julian, to connect with him. We must be honest with each other and not let this Andras come between us. Ha! I have decided I do not like Andras. And I will speak to my son. So.
This is my video diary for today. I suppose I should report quelques goings-on that are not vraiment to my liking. The choir disbanded, it must be 3 weeks ago now. And I must confess, I'm at a bit of a loss. Le cœur me manque, you might say. And try as I might, I can't stop thinking about what that new fellow, Andras, said our esteemed conductor Hugo told him. Apparently, although I've been the solo tenor of the choir for many years now, suddenly our conductor feels that I am, what did he say, a little long in the tooth, and that he's giving the Christmas solo to Andras rather than to me, because he felt that Andras had a certain fraîcheur about him. Really, chacun a son goût, but c'est ridicule. And it hardly seems fair, given the amount of money I provide to the choir, to sideline me so cruellement. I'm not at all sure I like Andras. I'm fairly certain he was gloating a little when he told me what Hugo had said. Still, at least I can vent my feelings in this video diary. Strange idea. I'm sure somebody thinks it's worthwhile, and I don't mind doing it. Ça ne me gêne pas, as they say. I can't think why everyone in the choir has been so touchy of late. It must have something to do with all the gossip and rumour spreading that's been going on. And when Hugo disbanded us at rehearsal 3 weeks ago, quelle horreur! He really blew his top. Oh, still, it's a shame not to be singing anymore. I miss it much more than I would have imagined. It all seems such a lot of fuss about nothing in a way. Still, tant pis.
Well, this is my video diary entry for today. I have to admit, I'm starting to get something out of this process. It's really helped me to look at what's happened recently from a different perspective. The way I see it all started a few months ago. This name calling, this rumour spreading, and the general deterioration of the focus from the choir. We all seem to be harbouring grudges against one another. I was finding it far too stressful to cope with everyone's moods. And then 3 weeks ago, I found out through Andrus, our new tenor, that Frank, our old tenor, had compared me to a pretentious popinjay who thought he was Herbert von Karajan. Apparently I make over-the-top hand gestures and excruciating facial expressions which drive my choir mad. Funny thing, none of them have ever mentioned that before. I mean, looking back, I can see I blew my top. I think everyone was completely shocked when I disbanded the choir indefinitely. At the time I felt I didn't have a choice, but now I do regret it. I would like the choir to reform and start rehearsing again. But I can't think of a way to do it. Now that we're all feeling awkward and with each other and most of us aren't talking. Oh well, better take the dogs out again. At least they still love me. Come on, Gustav! Come on, Ludwig! Let's go for a walk!
Well, this is my video diary. Look, let's drop the pretense, shall we? I know you know I'm here. I know you're trying to stop me. You won't succeed. I'm too good at what I do. But I'm going to have fun watching you try. In 3 short months, this village has gone from a thriving community with robust spiritual health, thanks largely to the church choir and their singing, to a fragmented ragbag of discontented people who are barely speaking to each other. Most of them with no social life, isolated, depressed, living lives with no meaning. I could go on, but you get my point. The damage is done. These humans are no good at burying grudges and forgiving each other. You watch. It will only get worse as time goes on. I can just sit back here and enjoy watching misery breed misery. Stick that in your video diary.
Good thoughts, good words, good deeds. Good thoughts, good words, good deeds, may the Lord bless me and guide me. Wherever doubt sows its seed, may be clear the path to the... Oh, this is perfect. It's exactly the excuse I've been looking for to get the choir back together. There's nothing to say who wrote it or where it came from. And there's no postmark. It must be delivered by hand. Anyway, I'm sure this will work. I'm calling a rehearsal tonight before I talk myself out of it. Oh, right, who do I need? Oh, bum, ba, 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 da, bum, ba. Oh, it's a catchy little melody, that, isn't it?
What's this? Qu'est-ce que c'est? A message from Hugo himself. After 3 weeks of silence. This should be interesting. Rehearsal. Tonight. Imperative you attend. Important news of a new project. Very intriguing. 8 o'clock, eh? Well, it's not as though I'm busy doing anything else this evening. I'd better get in a quick shower and shave before I go. Santé.
Oh, it's Hugo. He's calling a rehearsal. Thank heaven. Imperative you attend. Important news of new project. Well, I never. Oh, I can't wait to see everyone and to sing something again. Oh Lord, help everyone to be kind at rehearsal tonight. Let us remember the positive force our singing can have and forgive and forget the past. We're all human. We all make mistakes. Amen.
Oh, rehearsal tonight. Imperative you attend. So he clicks his fingers and we all jump, eh? Oh, who am I kidding? He's made the first move, so I suppose I better show up. Besides, I'd love to do some singing. I hope Sally will be there. It's high time we cleared the air between us. Right.
What's enough of that nonsense? from Hugo. I haven't heard from Hugo since the choir disbanded. Rehearsal tonight, 8 p.m. Imperative you attend. Important news of new project. So the choir are getting together again. I'm not sure I want to be a part of that. Oh, there's an attachment, is there? Looks like sheet music. God, I bet it's a piece of bloody musical theatre. Well, if it is, he can find somebody else to play it for him. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, it's a proper hymn. That's more like it. Well, that settles it. I'm in. With any luck, we'll go to the pub afterwards and Bill can buy us all a round of drinks. Got my bloody music. Oh, and I've trodden on my glasses. Oh.
What's this? A message from Hugo. Oh, he wants us all to get together and rehearse. Tonight, 8 o'clock, imperative you attend. New project. Gosh. But that awful Francis will be there, looking down on me, judging me. But I do so want to sing again. Should I go? It's time to try defying gravity, and he won't pull me down.
Ha! That's interesting. Hugo wants us to rehearse again. So, I suppose the question is, do I really want to take my booming monotone of a voice and parade it in front of Jemima so that she can lampoon it? Blast it! Why should she stop me from enjoying my singing? That settles it. I'm going. I might even be persuaded to have everyone back to the inn for drinks afterwards, if they play their cards right. Now then, where's that blue shirt? Jemima always likes blue.
Goodness, that's not what I expected. Hugo wants to get the choir back together again to rehearse something new. Tonight. Oh, I don't know if I can do that. I mean, so much has happened. It could be really quite awkward. All right, pull yourself together, Jemima. This could be just what's needed to get things back on track. And Bill might be there. And then if we go in afterwards, I could take him to one side and apologise for laughing when he asked me out. I'm sure he'll forgive me. Do hope he won't be wearing that blue shirt. He does look so much better in the grey. And tonight, I'm ordering that Campari.
Text. Oh, it's from Hugo. Rehearsal tonight. Yeah, 8 o'clock. How exciting! That is a shock. Well, right. This is my chance to have it out with Belinda once and for all. We're both grown-ups. We're going to get past this and start singing again. Woo! Onward, Christian soldiers, marching us to war. The hangman. This card means that it is probably not advisable for you to take up the violin at such a late stage in your life. There will be other ways for you to find your inner rhythm. Look for signs around you. Perhaps singing lessons instead. Oh, I'm sorry. Time's up for this week. Same time next week. What's this? Oh, choir rehearsal tonight. Should I go? I'll ask the cards. Yes, the 7 of Cups. That's a very lucky card. I shall go. I wonder what it'll be like. Maybe we'll all just get along and sing together like the good old days. Maybe go for a drink in the pub afterwards. I wonder if Bill serves tequila at the inn. Right, I should go. Oh my goodness, I can't go like this. Oh gosh, that was close.
calling a rehearsal tonight. I wonder what is this new project he's talking of. This is a surprise. I hope I can convince Julian to go with me. Aha! Texting. That way he will find it easier maybe to talk to his mother. Wait. Oh. So.
Oh, Hugo wants the choir to rehearse tonight. Crikey. I wonder if Mum will want to go. Hi, it's Mum. Did you get the message from Hugo about rehearsal tonight? Let's go and we can get a takeaway afterwards and have a proper chat. Love you, Mum. Sounds great. Let's have pizza with everything on it. See you at rehearsal. Love you too, Julian. Alright, let's see what this new project is all about then, shall we?
Sanguis beginnus corpus agnus, Ave versus Christus, Ave Satanis. Ah, curse you, Angelica Heidegger. She's done for me, that woman. Oh, got to think. Oh, the sound of their celestial singing. What a load of...
Andras, you have failed me. I am displeased. And you know what happens when I am displeased, don't you?
Yes, I know all about the stabbing head pains and eternal torment. And if there's any way of avoiding that...
Does that answer your question?
Please, don't hurt me. Just give me a minute to think. Oh, united in hope and belief. That wretched hymn thwarted by lousy music of all things. But if you just give me a chance to... Okay, stop it. Stop it. No more. Just listen. Just listen. Look, I can turn this whole thing around if you just give me another 48 hours, please. I'll show these pathetic humans the strength of your might. Surely you can give me that. Just 48 little hours.
They always try to run. Oh, why do they do that?
So, this is my final report for you. Everything has gone well here. My hymn and your video diary idea seem to have worked. The choir is back together and they sound beautiful. He who shall not be named seems to have left the village under a dark cloud, and I'm quite sure that he'll never be seen again. So I'm filing my last report, and something interesting has occurred as I've been making these regular reports to you and updating you on village life. I've enjoyed this placement more than any other I've had. These people, they've drawn me in. I'm on the WI, the Horticultural Society, the Historic Society, the Community Volunteers, and the Church Choir, of course. So I've taken a decision that I know you're not going to approve of, and I know you're going to tell me that it's a mistake, that I'm giving up far too much for human beings who are so fragile and to live a mortal life that will ultimately come to an end. But I've made my decision. I'm baking, I'm composing, and I'm singing. I'm reading wonderful novels with happy endings, and I'm living a life among these people full of hope and riches I've never experienced. I'm just enjoying it far too much to give up. Besides which, I've discovered how to make cherry brandy. It's simply heavenly with my angel cake. So, I'm handing in my wings. I'm staying in the village. I hope you can understand my decision, even if you can't support it. Here, I feel so useful. I can compose hymns for the choir and then lift my voice to you with them. So I'll still be doing your work, just in a different way. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a batch of drop scones in the oven that are due to come out very soon, and I need to attend to them. Over and out. Amen.
So you see, by the end of our tale, that the demon amongst us did fail. Our singers are all reunited. Oh, stop it. Now, don't get excited. Any form of peace is precarious. The drama can look quite hilarious. But finally, when it's all said and done, we've got that daft demon to run. with an angel right now, right in our midst. And I hear she's a fair hand at whist. So I'm off down the pub with my friends. There's no more. That is the end.